What's happening, people? What's going on with you? How are we doing? Yep. It's a Thursday, and I know people going, what the heck is he doing? What the heck? It's a Thursday. Yes, it is. I'm waiting on Don Allen to join me. Waiting on Don Allen to join me here in a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about some stuff tonight. But until Don get here, then I'll tell you about my day, so I can go ahead and because it's funny to me. It's funny to me how tweeting something triggers. It literally triggers people, as if they want bad. Literally, they want bad to happen. I'm gonna say it again. I've said it before, so I'm gonna say it again. Twitter is Nineveh before Jonah got there. Figure it out for yourself. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read Jonah and see what I'm talking about. It is. That is exact. Once Elon Musk got a hold of Twitter, I was on Twitter before Elon got it. Twitter ain't never been like this. It wasn't like, it has gone downhill like you would not believe. Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. It's been. I got a guy. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. No. I need to show you what I'm talking about. Because so today, this really happened. I'm gonna show you. So today, I put out a text saying, or post, or whatever you want to call it. Totally up to you. But I put this out, and I basically said that I went to a couple peaceful protests today. I did. The ones that I went to today, they were mostly peaceful. Nobody was burning nothing, like everybody was saying, and nobody. I mean, that was pushing and shoving of the some federal agents, ICE, police, or whatever you want. Whomever was out there that had a badge was more than likely getting yelled at, screamed at, pushed around. They was pushing each other. I mean, that's about all that was going on. There was none of this what people really want to have happen, because people on Twitter really want things to pop off. So I put that out there. Right, I said it was no big dust up, and I said I was going to be updating tonight. So this dude Chad, right, and instead of us being happy that no other life was lost, no buildings, nothing like that. Instead of being, you got people. It just, the thing that I've learned about being on Twitter is you have to deal with people with no compassion. None. Zero. No morals, no ethics, none of that. You have to deal with these people. So Chad decides to put on here, mostly white, fat liberals who could barely walk. For what? Why? Yeah, and I'm sitting there, and I'm reading this, and I'm going, why, man? Why? After everything that happened, this woman losing her life and people doing this and things are going on and everybody's on edge, but you got to keep it going. You can't just stop for 5 seconds and go, let me think about let's just calm this stuff down for a little. But y'all don't want that. You really don't want that. So I said to him, did you go to one that I missed? Because I know these type people. They don't go to find out information. They won't do that. They stay online and they talk crap, right? So Chad decided that he's gonna put a picture up or a video or whatever this is, a meme or a GIF or whatever you call that, of this black man in a fur coat. And then he shows me this veteran. This is a veteran. He's a veteran of the Vietnam War who is out here, rightfully so, upset at what happened. This man fought for our country in Vietnam. If any place we should, even though I know how like my uncle, I know how they was treated when they came home. We all know that. We all saw that. But to try to make fun of a veteran of the Vietnam War, that's what I'm telling you. There's zero hold on, let me show you. And I doubt this is his real. I doubt this is his real picture, right? I doubt it, because this is what they do, right? They don't. This is the dude I'm talking about. That's the dude I'm talking about. And I doubt that's his real picture, because they don't put their real faces on there. But this veteran is out here upset. Yeah, he's got a fur coat on. He's got this dude. He's got a fur coat on, but he's a veteran, and he's out there. He's upset because of what's going on. He's upset because this woman and this asshole wants to make fun of this dude. Zero compassion. You have to, in order to be on Twitter, you got to have zero compassion. You can't have morals, and you can't have feeling. You can't have nothing. Nothing. That's just how I see it. Like I said, Twitter is Nineveh before Jonah got there. People don't care. They do whatever they want. They say whatever they want. They act the way they want. They're rude. They're nasty. They're mean. They're just flat out no good people. Those are facts. Y'all can get mad at me if you want to, but I can prove it to you. I can show you these very people that I'm talking about. And this dude Chad, Isaiah 50, and here's the thing that gets me about this. And I've said this before. Here's what gets me about this, about these type of people. He's got in his little get up here, this is what he has. Isaiah 56:1. That's a Bible verse. Hold on. No. I think you just missed what I was saying. That's a Bible verse. Twitter is Nineveh before Jonah got there. And the thing that always get me, especially these here type people, swear up and down by the Bible, but ain't got nothing inside them about the Bible. So that kind of ticked me off today, man. That kick rocks, dude. Seriously, kick rocks. And I even made today. I even made somebody unfollow me. I had a troll messing with me today. I literally made him unfollow me. Because that's the funny part about it is, you're gonna troll me and follow me at the same time? Come on. Be better than that. So I literally made the troll unfollow me today. Literally made the troll unfollow me today. But what's going on? I'm wondering where Don at. Where is Don? Hold on one second. Let me see if he hit me up. Because I know I sent it to him. Yeah, I did. So I don't know where he's at. Maybe he'll pop in here before we hit the 9 o'clock hour, because I got to get off of this thing, because I got to be back at the dialysis center early tomorrow morning, so I've got to plug up and get that done. So I cannot go over 9 o'clock on tonight. Not only that, oh, here he goes. I got somebody that's gonna be joining us here. Hold on one second. I don't know if you guys know who or if you follow him, but we're gonna see if he's gonna call. But he says he's gonna be calling from a 609 number. If I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but his name is Hotep. If y'all hear. Hold on one second here. Let's do this. Let's do that. And let's do that. Hello.
Hey, Rev.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, man.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you also.
We are live on Hotep's Been Told You. We understand. Shout out to Kay. Thank you for connecting us, Kay. This is RevTChristopher from Minnesota. We heard that you are out there. You've been protesting or something like that, or you have shot a protester. What's going on?
No. Hold on. Let me shout you out real quick because I was just about to shout you out, man. So I just want to say I am a fan. So I'm gonna act like a little fanboy here for a second of yours. But this is Hotep Jesus. If y'all know who he is, and I'm sure everybody knows who he is. I don't need to tell you any other than that. But this is Hotep Jesus. So I am pleased, and I am also happy, my brother, to have you on my podcast also. So we're all.
Are we live on your podcast too?
Yes, you are, sir.
Oh, snap. This is in Griffception.
Yeah.
Shout out to your audience, man.
Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. But no, what I did and I like I promised my wife that I don't protest anymore. I mean, I led the, I was out there with George Floyd. I was out there with Philando Castile. I was out there, Jamar Clark. I just go show up to see because I know how things work, right? I can go out to the protest. I can watch and see with my own eyes, and I'll come home and turn on like Fox News, and it's completely different than what I saw with my own eyes. So I like to see it for myself. So I've been out. I was out yesterday. I went out yesterday when this whole thing happened. I got a text that say, Rev, we had a shooting over south. What are you doing? You need to get down here. Okay.
Were you live when you went down there?
No. I wasn't gonna be live on there or doing anything or giving them people down there a reason to either think I'm news or the ICE boys to think that I'm in their face and they're getting upset and spraying people. No, brother. I've learned my lesson in these protests and these rising ups and these here skirmishes, what not to do and what to do.
Okay.
While we're out there, but by the time I got there, I mean the place was so blocked off. I couldn't get all the way down to where the situation actually happened until later on that day when they actually took her body. Everybody was gone. Everybody throwing snowballs and everything at ICE on their way out. And then we was able to walk down the street to where everything happened.
Okay.
With that, so yeah, go ahead.
So, what happened?
Well, you know what? It's according to who you hear it from, my friend. If you hear it from what happened on the streets, from the people who was there at the time that it actually happened. Some of the people who videoed, got it on their phone, on their video, will basically tell you is she was trying to leave.
Okay.
And, the police officer or whoever he was, ICE agent, in front of the car, drew his weapon and shot her once, and then as she went by, shot her 2 more times. She went down and crashed into a car, and that was it. What really made everybody mad is there was an actual physician on the scene, and he kept saying,
on the scene, okay,
yeah, and he kept saying, "Hey, let me go over there and tend to her." Because it took the my understanding. This is, like I said, I'm telling you what I got off the streets, but it took the EMT emergency forever to get up the streets because all the cars was blocking them to get up the street. So there was a long time that lapsed between her getting shot, crashing in the car, and actual help getting there to help her because they just left her in the car,
Right.
But there was an actual, and that's what also what stirred the pot and everything because they would not let anybody go over here to this woman, and here she is bleeding out in her car, and that's what Yep.
The internets have picked sides. You got some people who have picked the side of, the state and say, hey, she fucked around and found out. You got some people that have taken her side and say she shouldn't have been shot. What's your take on all of this?
Well, my understanding is she actually was blocking ICE from coming up the street. But as I look at the video, just me, because like I said, I've been through this with Philando Castile. We just went through this with Ricky Bell, where a cop literally Ricky Bell takes off, and this cop literally jumps into the car and shoots this kid. Right? As I'm watching this video, and being someone who is 2A, being someone who shoots a lot. Once the first time he shot her, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you that. And maybe he shot her and it probably hit her in the chest or in the shoulder or something like that. But as she goes by him, he is cleared because he's got his hand his arms are in shooting position. He's far enough from the vehicle that his arms are in shooting position. He fires off 2 more shots at this lady. He had already shot her once. But as she's going by, he shoots her point blank range with his arms extended out. The car is completely cleared, but he has to pump 2 more in her? Nah, man. Nah.
She tried to viciously run him over.
Nah. No, well, with that first shot,
the car as a weapon.
That first shot, I'll give him that. If we're gonna go with that, the first shot, I'll give him that. But once she cleared him, and he was cleared, and he had already shot her. Okay, so like you said, it's according to how.
So that's the side you want, Rev. That's the side you chose.
That's the side I chose. If he feared for his life in that first shot, I'll give him that. If that's what he's saying, I feared for my life. I thought that this lady was going to completely run me over and I was going to be dead. I wasn't going home to my family, so I had to shoot her.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you have done in that situation, Ray? You say you at the situation, you see the lady in the car, she acting all belligerent, she gay, her boyfriend or man friend is outside the car. What are you doing? How do you handle the situation?
I'm not. Once she backed up and they knew she was trying to leave, they realized I'm sitting there going, oh, this woman is trying to get out of here. I'm going to get my butt on the other side of the street. So I can go home to my, I'm not going to be a hero. And look, I'm not a hero type person. It's just not going to happen. Now, if I'm going down the road and somebody mess with me, my wife, or me when I'm with my grandkids, I'm going to unload on them. That they're going to be like, Rev, why did you have to, what? But No, man. I'm not out here gonna be out in the streets and I see this lady backing up. I realize she is going to go forward at some time. I'm gonna get out of the way. That's just me. That's just me. Look, I'm gonna get her license plate. I'll get her down the street. I'll call it in and be like, yo, here's a license plate number. This is what the car looks like. I need you to pick this chick up. She needs to go to jail because she tried to run me over.
Do you think the cop should go to jail?
He's not. Even if we sit here and say that he should, he's not going to jail because it has happened here before.
If you were on the jury and you looked at the tape and you had to give him time,
no,
you're not doing 6 months, a year, nothing.
No, because like I said, if I look at the tape and if I go by what this cop is saying, I'm going to give him that first shot. So from that point, I've got to say he did what he was doing, what he was supposed to do in the line of duty. So I can't. But my problem with it, being someone who trains, being someone who shoots a lot, I can see if he didn't have any room to stretch his arms out, to get into a shooting prone position. I can get that part. If he couldn't do that. And he fired, but he had cleared the car. It cleared. She didn't run over his toes. She didn't run over his knee. Didn't run. He was cleared, and he still shot her. That's the part that blows my mind.
So you don't think he should go to jail for that?
No, because I got it. Because like I said, if I give him the first shot, I'm saying that he did what he was supposed to do. But I'm just, like I said, my mindset is being someone who shoots, being someone who's done IDPA, being someone who's been through those screen scenario at the police department where someone jumps out of somewhere and your heart is racing like crazy. So no, he won't go to jail, and I've got to give him that first shot. So I have to say no.
Do you agree with ICE being out here doing what they're doing?
I believe ICE should have every right to remove, because what a lot of people don't realize and what a lot of people don't see here, even here, is just how many people who cross the border and come in to Minnesota because they think it really is a sanctuary state. Just how many people we have here. It has gone nuts. It's crazy. So if ICE is going to come in here and say, "Hey, we got to get you out of here. Come in here and do it right." Okay. I mean, the only thing I can say is let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll with that. But I also look at it just like I was talking to a friend at the barbershop that I stopped at on my way home. And just like he said, they got what they voted for. The Latinos voted for Trump. He told them what they were going to do, and now he's doing it, and now they won't even come out the house here. They won't, it's nuts. They got them. ICE got them all up on rooftops, and they're man, it is.
You listening to him?
It's crazy here, man. It really, really is. So, but when he said, see, and then when I talked to, I know a Latino pastor who actually called me and asked me to help deliver food to some of the Mexicans who don't want to come out of their house. And they're trying to figure out how do they help some of these Mexicans pay their bills, because a lot of them not going to work. Because they know if they go to work, ICE is going to roll up on them, and that's what ICE has been doing. And we got a lot of them here now. And then Trump says, "I got some more coming." So it's going to get crazy. But when Trump announced the Operation Metro surge. But see, everybody here thought it was for the Somali community. It was for, okay, we're going to rein in some of this fraud. That's what everybody thought, right? And then all of a sudden he comes here and he starts grabbing these Somalis, and what people don't understand, they're U.S. citizens. He can't touch them. He can't. He no matter what happens, he can't touch these people. So all of a sudden, it's like everything changed once he realized he couldn't grab these Somali people, and then they start wreaking havoc, man, on the Latino population here in Minnesota. It's been, oh my God. You should. I'm sure you saw some of the videos, man.
ICE?
Huh?
Are you pro ICE?
Oh, I'm all. Let them do their job. Let them do their job. It's just like I've been telling all the black people here. Get your ass out of the street. I don't want to see you protesting a damn thing. Nothing. Do not go out there and make these people upset, pissed off, and mad that they gonna turn this thing on us. I don't need you out there. We ain't out in the street. Them white folks out there right now. You got a couple knuckleheads who want to go out there just to put their face out there so they can get on YouTube and they can get on this and that. But the bulk of black people here in Minnesota, we ain't got nothing to do with this, brother. Ain't doing it. Mm-mm.
Hey, Red, we got to keep in touch, man. We got to keep in touch. I like your takes, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I check you out all the time, especially when you're on Sunny. You know, I see you on Sunny. I jump on there just to listen, listen to Sunny, and I like, what you got to say too. And I go on your page a lot, so that's why tonight when
the one that be going in there arguing with Sunny.
No, I don't. I've never argued with Sunny. Okay. No, sir.
Oh, okay.
No, I like Sunny. I like who she is. I like what she does and things of that sort. But no, that's nope, not me.
All right, we got more phone calls. We got to make in Minnesota. Rev, we're gonna circle back. We're gonna talk to you soon. Thank you for the insight, man. Super valuable conversation.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man. I definitely do. You have a good night.
All right, take it easy.
All righty, bye now. Yeah, man. So that I don't know if you guys know who he is. If you don't know who Hotep Jesus is, look him up. Like going back and forth. That's actually first time that I have had an actual conversation with him, like we are now. But getting back to what we was talking about earlier, so today I just wanted to just go around town to see what was going on, because like I said before, I know how news organizations and everybody plays this. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have this up. Sorry. CJ, I gotta say hello to Chief. Hello to CJ. CJ said ICE was renamed in 2002. Before it was INS. Yeah, it was INS. You're right. People act as if this hasn't been. Well, the thing about it. Here's the difference. Here's the thing, and everybody's going nuts. And I don't believe that Trump is anywhere near the Obama numbers. I don't think Trump is anywhere. I don't think Trump is anywhere near the Obama numbers. Obama put a lot of people out of here. Obama put a lot of people out of here. Y'all forget about that part. I don't think Trump is anywhere near Obama's numbers. Yeah, he did. Y'all forget, right? How easy I ain't forgot about it. I ain't forgot about what Obama said. I ain't forgot about what Hillary Clinton said. I ain't forgot about that. About immigrants. I ain't forgot. But y'all have. Obama was like, you come here and you hear about, you getting out and you come back. Hillary did the same thing. But everybody want to be all crazy and nuts about, what? Look, people, one of the reasons why, holy smoke, my phone's going crazy. I got to thank Hotep, man. So I just want to thank him for dropping by. But one of the reasons why the schools are the way they are, because we getting all these kids in these schools and these teachers, they can't communicate, so they got to go hire somebody else to get them in there. That takes time and money for my grandson, and I can't put my mindset and my thought out there. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I want people to come here. If you're in a war-torn country, and especially people that if you're in a country that the United States went over there and bombed, tore your country up, I don't have a problem with refugees coming here. I have zero problem. Zero. Now, I lived in Oceanside, California. That's why matter of fact, I met my wife in Anaheim, California. She's from here. And we would go down 5 going to San Juan Capistrano, because when I lived in Oceanside, I worked at the J.C. Penney's that was there at the mall. And then I ended up moving to Anaheim. So she would drive me all the way to work. But what I'm saying is, on the way to work, there was a checkpoint, right? San Juan Capistrano. There was a checkpoint. And you have to stop and show them your ID and all this here type of stuff. They even asked me for my ID. I'm sitting there going, dude, I'm a Negro. What you asking me for my ID for? But anyway, they always stop my wife, because my wife is Puerto Rican, right? She looked Spaniard. She looks like that, but she's Puerto Rican. I always thought she was Mexican. But what I'm saying is, you look in the hills. True story, man. You look in the hills going from Anaheim to Oceanside, and you get in those hills and you literally see people on horseback chasing these people down. They have ran across the freeway, and some of them get hit. We can't have that. And Obama agreed. And Obama kicked a lot of people out of here. Yes, he did. Look it up, people. It ain't like I told y'all. Anything I say, look it up. Look it up. Obama was the deporter, importer, outporter, kick you out of here in chief. However you want to put it, spell it out. He was. The only reason everybody's upset is the same reason. Watch this. Watch this. No. Like I said, here lately, right? We have had to put our thinking hats on. I've told y'all, take whatever hat, whether you got a Democrat hat on or you got a Republican hat on, you need to take it off, because we don't do that here. I don't care what party you carry water for. Tonight, you come over here and hang out with me, we don't play that here. We don't do that. I ain't about that, because they both suck. Watch this. True story. Prove me wrong. The reason why everybody got upset. The reason why white folks all of a sudden started to get upset about what was happening down south in Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee and Kentucky and all of that there. The reason they started getting upset is because they put it on TV. When they start seeing the cops and everybody put the water hoses on the black folks, white folks all of a sudden got upset. That's when everything broke. That's when they was like, no, you can't treat people like that. You can't. Well, same thing's happening now. Now, if let's say when Obama was kicking everybody out, let's say if Obama would have put, see, the thing about Trump's got to show everybody what he's doing, which I think is pathetic. You can say what you want. It is. He got to make his mega happy. They get off on this crap. Yes, you do. Come on, stop it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I started this off earlier talking about how a lot of people on here have zero compassion. Y'all do? Y'all don't have? No, you don't. I said it and I'll say it again. Twitter is Nineveh before Jonah got there. So if you don't know what I just said, I suggest you go get your Bible and I suggest you go to Jonah and read up on Nineveh before Jonah got there. And then I want you to sit back and go, let me think about what Rev just said. And I guarantee, I promise you, I promise you, you're going to sit there and go, he's right. Because the people of Nineveh, they had no conscience, they had no compassion, they had no feeling, they had no morals, they had nothing. Nothing. Until Jonah got there. Look it up. So now we got Trump sending troops here to Minnesota, and they're just snatching people. Black folks can understand exactly what ICE is doing right now. We get that. See, what y'all don't understand, white folks, what y'all don't understand, back in the day, here in Minnesota, there used to be this group that we call the Jump Out Boys. And you said, well, what is that, Rev? I'm going to tell you. So we could be on the corner just chilling, talking, everybody, doing whatever. And the next thing you know, 4 or 5 cars come around the corner, just bawling. Out of each car, 3 or 4 people jump out and grab somebody that you're standing next to talking to. Throw them in the back of the car. Matter of fact, I was just talking to somebody on here a couple of nights ago, and we was talking about the time that they jumped out of the cars and threw this guy in the trunk. Listen to me. They put him in the trunk, closed the trunk, and took off. So in the 90s, what's happening right now, we went through in the 90s with these gang task force units. We called them the Jump Out Boys. That's a fact. So when I'm watching these videos, when black folks are watching these videos of ICE just rolling up on somebody, jumping out, grabbing them, looks like 1990 to me. Because that's what happened. That's when we talk about police brutality, that's the type of stuff we're talking about. Where they just grab you, throw you on the ground, put their knee in your back. And you say something, they get a couple of punches in and then scream, you're resisting arrest and you ain't doing nothing but laying there, but yet they're moving you around. They're moving you around so it looks like that you're moving your body, but it's really not you moving the body. It's them moving your body. So now they can pow, pow. See, y'all don't know about that stuff because it wasn't on video for you to see. So you can't get mad. But where Trump messed up is he put it all on video for you. Now, if black folks was out there screaming and yelling, saying this is wrong, nobody would care. But white folks out there, all three play. No. The when I went to the Hennepin County building center, that was the last place I stopped because they was having a press conference there for this lady. There was some black folks there. Black folks was actually putting that on, the thing inside of Hennepin County. Black folks did that. But outside at the federal building and over there on Portland and 34th, all white people. All white people. They mad now. They upset. They upset. And when they get upset, stuff starts to change. It did. Same thing in the 50s, 60s, down in Alabama, down south. The only reason that stuff changed is because white folks saw it on TV and white folks got upset. And they had to change the way they treated black folks. But the thing that scares me, what really scares me is for some reason, people has gotten to a point where they think that the Democrats will never be in office. It's just going to be Republican forever. People, let me be the one to break your heart tonight. The Democrats will be in office again. And as far right as Republicans swing this pendulum, the Democrats, once they get into office, is going to swing it as far left as they possibly can. Donald Trump has opened up doors that other presidents would never touch. Never. Y'all forget that part because we only think about that far. I'm sitting here going, if the Democrats ever get into power, Lord the mercy. And the reason I say that is because I'm here in Minnesota, where the Democrats are in power, and what they have done here in Minnesota, how they have treated this state, what they've done to the people in this state. And if the mindset of the Democrats go to the White House, we're in trouble. No, we're in some deep trouble. So that's why it irks me that all these are sitting here clapping about the stuff that this man is doing. Y'all clapping, but I mean the Constitution is gone. I don't ever want to hear a Republican sit there and talk about the Constitution. Do not ever use that word ever again in your life. In your life. Because he's just obliterated it. It's crazy, people. It's crazy times. And we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be. If y'all would have, people who call themselves Bible, Christians, and whatever else you call yourself when you think you need to prove to somebody that God is on your side. If some of y'all would have went and read 1 Samuel 8. Listen to me, write it down. Go read 1 Samuel 8. And I guarantee you, if you sit down and if you understand, and if you don't, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. But if you can read that book, don't read the King James. I don't read the King James. Me and the King James, we just don't get along. We don't. I read the English Standard Version. But some of y'all who can't even read this English, go get the NIV. I don't like the NIV because in the NIV, a lot of stuff is left out. But for easy reading, go get the NIV. Here's what I want you to read. Seriously, I want you to read 1 Samuel 8. Read all of it. Read all of it. Read all of it. But if you want to skip, go to the part where they're asking for a king. And read that part and then sit back and think about it. You're going to be like, oh my God, that's the Bible in a nutshell. I mean, that's America right now in a nutshell. I can guarantee that. Hold on one second. So Don B. Beer, he said, we will never solve America's spiritual problem through politics. Exactly. Minnesota Tim, just a bunch of screaming blue hairs. What's happening, John? John's on here tonight with me. I'm just reading up on some things here. Crystal says facts. CJ, but CJ got one of the best ones on this here puppy. And what they're talking about. But so again, like I said, today I went down and because like I said before, because it's happening here, I like to see this stuff for myself. Because, like I said, I'll go down there and I'll watch and see what's happening, talk to people, do this and do that, and I come home and I turn on something like Fox News, and nothing that I saw down there is actually what Fox News is giving you guys. Nothing. That's why I said anytime something happens here, I don't listen to the news. I go find out for myself. I'll go, because 99.9% of the time, somebody I know is either on their way there, have been there, or realize what. So I just make phone calls until somebody go, this is what happened, Rev. Here is where we're at. Okay, cool. I'll be over there in a minute. And I'll go check it out. Because I know I'm not going to get the truth from, it's just like, what's her name? The gnome. What's it says? She. What is her name? Why did I forget her name? The ice lady that dresses up. That woman sat there and told a blatant lie. And y'all know she lied. No, hold on. She lied, people. She didn't misspoke. There was no alternative facts. She flat out lied. They were not stuck. There's no, I went down there. I was standing in the very spot that lady took off from. There was no snow. All up and down the street. There's no snow. Nobody was stuck. They was driving up this way. She blocked them in so they couldn't. Hey, Christy Nome, right? Is that her name? She lied. She flat out blatantly lied to the American people. Flat on TV. And if you're not from here, you're going to believe the lie that she told you. Nobody was stuck. They wasn't pushing nothing out. And that lady didn't target them like she's going to drive her car at them. That was a lie, people. And that's the part I sit there and go, I don't listen to news. I don't. Anything that happens here in Minneapolis, if it goes down, I listen to the streets. If it happened and the streets don't know about it, it did not go down. Period, point blank. But I got people that get on there and listen to their every day, every night national news, and they lie to you. Or what they'll do is they'll come here and they'll find somebody that has nothing, literally nothing to do with the situation that's going on. And then they'll ask this person a question, and the person will sit there and just whatever off the top of their head, and they tell you guys, And you guys believe the crap. And you go along with it. And they've lied to you. They've lied to you. Now, even tonight, I asked a question because I wanted to know what other people thought. I go, what is a sanctuary city? Because everybody bitching and moaning about it. But when I ask you what it is, nobody knows. Nobody can tell you what it is. You know why? Because half of y'all don't do research on a damn thing. Y'all got computers and you use it to come on here and troll people on X and on Facebook and all these other platforms. Why can't somebody tell me what a sanctuary city is? No, I know what it is, but I wanted to see who out there in Twitter land, who out there on Facebook could answer that simple question. Ain't nobody answered it. Oh, I've got, crap that they threw on my page. But that's not what a sanctuary city is. So let me do this here, and then I'm done. I told you I really got to be done at 9:00. So think about this for a second. I'm in a war-torn country. I'm in New Mexico. I don't know if you guys ever been to Tijuana. When I lived in Oceanside, California, we used to go to Tijuana like every weekend because you can go down there and you can drink and get drunk for cheap. So we used to go down there every weekend. But going down there and being in Tijuana is like, I can't believe people live this way. Thank God I'm in America. Think about this for a second. You're in Tijuana, right? And you got nothing. You know you're going nowhere. The government is not going to do anything for you. And then all of a sudden you hear this mayor or governor say, oh, well, we're a sanctuary state. We protect our neighbors and we do this and do that, and you don't have to worry about any. And if you come here, we'll take care of you. I would do everything I possibly can do, and you would too. Come on. If you live in some of the places in New Mexico, and they was telling you that if you make it to Minnesota, you're safe. See, here in Minnesota, like I could go carjack a car outside of Minneapolis. No, seriously. I could carjack a car out in the rich area. I see somebody driving a nice BMW. I follow them home, carjack that car, and if I make it to Broadway, Minneapolis, North Minneapolis, if I make it to North Minneapolis, I'm free. Seriously, I'm free. You can't touch me. You can't chase me no more. Oh, no. The chase is off. If I make it to Minneapolis, it's off. I just got me a new car. I can drive around until the gas run out of it. Same thing with this here situation. Mayor Fry said, we are a sanctuary city. The governor is saying, sanctuary this, sanctuary that. That tells me if I make it over the wall, I travel miles and miles and miles by coyote or however I get here in the back of somebody's trunk or in the back of somebody's. And if I make it to Minnesota, I'm safe. Because they told me that this is a sanctuary state. Oh, I can go to the grocery store and put together fruit cups and then go on the side of the road. Look, 3 years ago, there was nobody selling fruit on the side of the road. On Broadway, on Washington, on Blaisdell, on 31st. On Chicago, on Portland. Nobody was on 35W exit selling fruit. During the summer, you couldn't throw a stone and not hit somebody now last summer selling fruit on the side of the road. Literally. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you go down Lake Street. There's nobody at the standing on Lake and Stevenson on the corner waiting for somebody to drive by and pick them up for day labor. There was nobody in the Home Depot parking lots. You go down there to 31st and Stevens now, you can't even get in the parking lot. There's so many people with tools in their hands waiting for day labor, waiting for a job. That's what Minnesota has turned into. And then you got these nutty, stupid ass Democrats who literally have blew through $18 billion in a surplus. $18 billion. They couldn't tell you where that money is. Well, half of it, they built themselves a little palace over there at the state on the state capitol grounds, a building that they didn't need, but they voted it in while they had the trifecta. And then you've got the situation that's actually, and let me do this here real quick, and then I got to go. Seriously. Then you got the situation, the main reason why Donald Trump sent ICE here is he thought that he can come in here and clean the fraud up that way. All right? In 2018, Jason Lewis testified on the Capitol Hill. Jason Lewis was a representative from the state of Minnesota. Look it up. Look up Jason Lewis 2018 testimony on fraud. Look it up, people. This is in 2018. If they would have took him serious, if they would have been done the things they were supposed to do, if the Republican Party had some balls in 2018, we would have caught a lot of this stuff, but they didn't. When Jason Lewis sat in front of Congress, that's where he was at in 2018, and he said they were taking suitcases full of money out of this here state through Minneapolis, St. Paul Airport. That's what he said. Point blank. In 2018, and nobody did nothing. When Feed Your Future popped off, when they was lying and sitting there going, okay, we got this building that can only hold 120 people, but we're feeding 3,000 people a day. That should have been a red flag somewhere. It wasn't. When these people are coming up with boatloads of money, where they're buying property, buying buildings, some real estate agent here in Minnesota should have said, hey, something is going on. It didn't happen. When they're walking in the BMW dealership every Friday, putting down $30,000 on a car, somebody at that dealership should have said. Somebody at the Honda dealership should have said. Somebody at the Ford dealership when they're driving off in F-150s, F-250s. Somebody. That's a red flag. It wasn't. Democrats didn't do anything. And then when the Republicans got their little House committee together, in the middle of that, and the Somali community called them racist, and the Republicans backed down. And the whole time they backed down, money flowing. Like there was a money tree here in Minnesota. These people were getting $2-3 million a pop. And all along, here the black folks is trying to get a dime. And they put together a package for $300,000. And black folks were fighting listen to me when I say this. True story. Black folks, black nonprofits were fighting each other while the Democrats gave the Somalis millions upon millions upon millions of dollars here in Minnesota. Black folks were fighting for $350,000. That happened right here in the state of Minnesota. While Democrats pushed black folks to the back of the bus, while Democrats stepped on black people's necks, every time you turn around, we had a black kid getting shot in the street. Not one time did a Democrat write a bill that we was going to address any problem we had in the black community. But oh, damn, you better believe they was writing bills left and right. How about safe storage? Need to lock your gun up. Red flag law. Ain't done nothing for nobody in the black community. Every bill that was passed here in this state of Minnesota that had anything to do with gun violence, gun problems, it was out to help the white community. While black folks and black kids and black men and black drug dealers was shooting and killing each other on a daily basis. Negroes knocking each other out left and right. And not one time did we have a bill that says if you have a switch on the back of your gun, you're going to jail for a long time. Didn't have one of them bills. These Democrats came in here. True story. These Democrats came into the black community, taught the black community how to write these grants, how to put together these nonprofits. They go get this nonprofit money. They put about $35,000 in their pocket. These white women that came out of these white suburbs who came in here to show them how to do this, they get to kick back about $5,000. They take that money, give it to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party put it in their war chest and then go after the Republicans. It happened to Roger Chamberlain. Roger Chamberlain in 2019 was right on above the target when it came to that feed your future crap. You know what the Democrats did? They ran every penny dime they had against Roger Chamberlain and they booted him out. And did any Republican pick up where he left off? Hell no. And feed your future was getting millions and millions and millions of dollars. And Roger Chamberlain was right on top of that. But the Democrats had to get him out of office because he could have blown this thing wide open, and he was on it. He didn't care if they called him racist. Roger was like, you taking, you stealing money. Oh, we ain't even got nowhere near how much money these people done taken. You wait till this autism, listen to me. You wait till this autism thing break off. I ain't never seen so many kids. I ain't never seen so many people talking about their kid got autism. You wait. You wait till the healthcare thing where they can turn their homes into, they buying houses. They buying houses, turning those houses into healthcare facilities. Billing the state millions of dollars for people who are not even in the houses. A red flag. But you know who protected them? You know who didn't say anything? You know who made sure that nobody touched these people? Democrats. Anyway, I got to go. I appreciate y'all. I thank you much. Hotep, if you watching this here, my brother, hold on. Let me shout him out too, because he set this thing up. I know I'm gonna get his name wrong. K-A-K Kitty. Let's go that route. So I appreciate you guys, man. I gotta follow Hotep back too, because he actually followed me. Holy smoke. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I don't know what Don is. I'm gonna have to hit Don up. I gotta hit Don up and be like, well, it was your idea. Tell Don, it was your idea to come hang out today. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. I got Hotep on here, them guys on here, running off. Sue said, I'm without a party. Good, Sue. Stay without a party. That's why I keep telling y'all. I've already done hold on, watch this here. I've already done the party thing for y'all. I'm telling you, listen to me when I say this. I'm telling you, that not one of them are good. Like I told y'all, the first time I ever voted was for Ronald Reagan. The first time I ever voted. My grandfather died a Republican. I got uncles right now who are still conservative. Still. Only reason I got off that when they start selling drugs to the black community, I was like, I can't deal with Ronald Reagan anymore. And then I was gonna vote for Bush, but then Bush hits us with the Willie Horton ad. If y'all don't know what the Willie Horton ad is, look it up for yourself. That was the most racist ad ever put out, ever, other than Ronald Reagan pinning black women with welfare, which we know who uses most of the welfare. George W. Bush, is it W or Walker, whichever, the Daddy Bush. The Daddy Bush is the reason I even went over to the Democrats. If it wasn't for the Daddy Bush, I probably wouldn't be a Democrat. I wouldn't be hanging with the Democrats ever. I would have never went to the Democrats, even with Barack Obama. Because I was John McCain. John McCain was my guy until he screwed up and brought that one in. That I had to let John McCain go too. I was like, nope, I'm not doing John McCain. I guess I just won't vote. And then I ended up voting for Barack. Oh, I voted for Clinton too. And then I was like, you know what? I thought Baby Bush was going to do some good. I thought he did good. So I voted for him. And then after that, that was done. Once Barack got into office, he lied to me and told me that he believed that marriage was between a man and a woman. And then he flipped on me. I was done with Barack Obama. I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with you. You's a liar. You lied to me. Right to my face. I evolved. You don't evolve. Marriage is between a man and a woman. Period. Point blank. Now, they can have a civil union. I'll give them that. They can have get-togethers. I'll give them that. But I will never ever in my lifetime say that a man, Steve and Steve, can get married and we call that marriage. Amy and Amy cannot get married and we call it, get the hell out of here. Y'all can kiss my ass on that. That's why I had to leave Barack Obama alone. Once Barack Obama did that, I was done with him. Done. You's a lying Negro is what you did. You lied. And you bowed down to the evil mindset of this world. God ain't never said, when God told them two to leave, Adam and Eve, y'all got to get out of here because y'all bad. He said, but I tell you what, because you's a man and because you's a woman, I'm going to let you go and I want you to just plenish the earth. The man has what it takes for the woman to get pregnant. Period. The woman accepts what he has. She has what it takes to carry that baby and deliver that baby. Period. There is no argument here. And once that trust with me and Barack Obama was broken, I was done with politics. I was done. I was done feeding the Democrats, and I was done feeding the Republicans. So, CJ, I'm just like you. Sue, I'm just like you. I'm without any party. Any party. I don't play that. Y'all can have these parties. You can put your party hat on and you can run around all you want. You just don't come over here get mad at me because I tell you both your parties can kiss my ass. Don't come over here bothering me. I don't bother nobody. I put tweets out. If that triggers you, that's your fault. If you're not big enough to sit back and listen, sit back and read what I put out there and then you make a decision, that's fine. But most of the time I tweet something, I got people, it triggers them. Because they don't want to think. They only want to think that far. They don't want to think that far. Because if they thought that far, then they wouldn't be hating on me. But I got to get out of here. How many times have I said that? Anyway, hey, I appreciate y'all. I thank you guys for coming. Hey, CJ, yeah, I got to find out what Don, I got to find out what Don is. Maybe he'll come on tomorrow if we do this here tomorrow. I got to see what the wifey wants to do. She probably want to watch a movie or something. Because I've been down here two nights in a row. And I don't usually do this, especially on a Thursday. But I did it because Don said he was going to come on and hang out with me. Because I can't hang out with him. Because Don does a show. Don does a show on Sundays. On Saturdays. Y'all should check that out. I'm on there every once in a while. I've got to pray. And the reason I'm not going to be on Don's show this Saturday is I've got to do, because what we do is we rotate us ministers. And so Saturday, I have to open up in prayer at our breakfast on Saturday. So that's at 9:00. So by the time I'm done praying, eating, and all that there, Don's show is going to be over. But why don't, like I said, tune in. I think he's having a guest on there on Sunday. And I think next Saturday, Kendall Qualls is going to be on there. So I suggest y'all tune in to there because I'm going to be on that. Y'all write it on your calendar because it's going to be good. Trust me. Anyway, fam, y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. And like always, put a smile on your face. And y'all know what we do with those smiles. We go out and smile at somebody so somebody smile back at you. Y'all have a good night, fam. I'm out. Peace.